Hey guys, it's Miss Blair here. It's a beautiful spring day and I'm out in my garden, my little garden, and I decided that it would be the perfect day to write a spring poem. So when I write a spring poem, I like to think about my 5 senses. I like to think about what I can hear, what I can see, what I can smell, what I can taste, and what I can feel. So first I want to print out the spring senses sheet on Google Docs, and then I'm going to put my name on my paper, because I still want to keep the habit of putting my name on my paper. When I think of spring, I think about the green grass growing. So I'm gonna write I see I'm gonna put in an adjective. The lush green grass growing. Oh look, I have green grass growing. I see the lush green grass growing. Next, I want to write about one thing that I hear while it's springtime. So I chose to say the spring birds chirp, because that's what I like to hear during the springtime. Next, you want to think about some things that you smell during the springtime. And as you can see, Piper's trying to help me think about some ideas of what I smell over the springtime. Thanks, Piper. I smell the lavender blooming, and Piper loves pencils. Blooming. Blooming. I smell the lavender blooming. And I decided to actually erase this because I want to add something else. I have the lavender, and my favorite smell in my whole garden is the jasmine. I love jasmine. And I might even write, and I'll add in right here, and the sweet jasmine. So I smell the lavender and sweet jasmine blooming. Blooming. And I wrote, I taste the chlorine in the pool. Now my printer ran out of ink, but that's okay because I can just write on this white page. And I'm gonna write, I feel the warm sun on my face. And we're all done, and Piper approves. So the next step is to take all the things you've written and to put it on one page. So you're gonna go back to your Google Doc and you're gonna find the page that's called I Know It's Spring When. And when you get there, you can either print it out or you can write directly on the document. Once I get onto the Google Doc, I'm going to come up here and I can either type directly onto my sheet like this. Hello. And you could even erase this line and say I see the, change the font. I see the lush green grass growing. Or I could just come up here and print it. Okay, so now that Piper and I have our spring census and I have printed out my I know it's spring when, I know it's spring when, we can start to copy it over. So on the first line, I see the lush green grass showing. And I'm going to start with pencil, and then I can color over it later if I want. I see the lush green grass growing. And then I just keep going. Now, if I can't print it out because I don't have a printer, that's fine too. You can just take a blank piece of paper and at the top you can write, I know, or have your parent write, I know it's spring when dot dot dot, and you can come down here and write when I see, and then write your line again. When I see the lush green grass, I probably should have put more of a finger space between there. Green grass growing. Okay? And you can choose to put a period there or not. Remember that this is a poem. Remember, poems sometimes don't follow our normal writing conventions. But we always start the first line of our poem with a capital letter. Okay, so the poem reads, I know it's spring when I see the lush green grass growing. I know it's spring when I hear the birds chirping. Or I hear the birds chirp, I wrote. Okay?